If you're watching this on March 17th, happy St. Patrick's Day. Nice to see you there. If you're watching it a different day than that, hey, I hope you're having a great day anyway. My name is Scott. I'm a medium and a psychic. If you are interested in being a part of our live videos like this one, uh, let's see, it is 8:30, so 8:30 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on the East Coast. We go live for fans and super fans, and we do a weekly affirmation. And then for fans and super fans on Wednesdays at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, we go live for fans and super fans. We do a mediumship and spiritual development course class on Wednesday. So it's been pretty busy. I've been cooking like crazy over here, doing a ton of things. Not actual cooking. I can't cook, believe me. What I mean by cooking is I have been very busy doing a ton of things, including today editing a video, and it's uploading right now. I don't think it's going to be ready for 9 o'clock, but that's no problem. It will be up tonight. I'm just going to let it do its thing, and it'll premiere tonight at some point, and everybody can stop in and watch it. Let's say hi to some folks. Hi, Teresa. Teresa, nice to see you there. Hi, Jax. Hello, hello. Yeah, I had to take last week off. I was busy, busy, busy. And let's see, what else do we have going on? So hopefully, I haven't got any word as of today, but hopefully our Ohio trailer will be out this week, and then a 4.5 minute clip or so, and then the whole episodes. So that'll be cool. I was just watching your TikTok when you got an alert. Hi, Angela, nice to see you there. Sylvia, nice to see you there. Oh, hi from Canada. Hi from Canada. So we have a ton of really fun stuff happening, and a weekly affirmation this week. I think that's fun. We should do one, right? I'll pull one from the deck this week. My brain's kind of tired. Well, that is, I'll pull it from the deck if I have it here. I swear to you, my head will come off my body, and I would leave it somewhere because it wasn't still attached. Here we go. I have some cards. Let's see. Should I pull from the original deck or the second deck? Let's pull from the second deck. What's up, Amy? Nice to see you there. Welcome in. Ah, nice to see you there, Jax. Yeah. Thank you for being so patient with me. A lot of you have joined me in a time where we're going through a transition, and that's a fun time, and also kind of a, what do we call it? It's a fun time, but it's also kind of like frustrating, and it's frustrating for you guys, I'm sure, and for me as well, but it's only going to lead to better things. We have had a lot of projects that we're working on. I have projects here in New Jersey that I'm working on. I'm trying to schedule with Dalen when he comes here to New Jersey, so that we can do an investigation together, not like our Ohio project, but something else for our channels. Yeah, so that's like, we're just doing that. And what else? We just got back from the Haunted Shanley Hotel. You guys are, I'm blurry. I hope I'm not, I can't be too blurry. I'm in high definition. Let's see, hold on. Because my video is uploading to YouTube, so it's chewing up a ton of Wi-Fi, so let me know if I'm looking better now. I switched onto my cell network. Tiny bit better, best I can do. It looks clear on my side, so it definitely has to be some sort of upload. Oh, okay, good. We fixed it. All right, good. So there we go. So anyways, where was I? I'm kind of rambling tonight. My brain's in 50,000 places. So my video for the first part of the video is loading up right now from the weekend with Cody and Satori. My mind was blown. My life has changed. I'm gonna talk about the affirmation in regards to what happened this weekend. So as you all know, I do mediumship all the time, day in, day out, lots of readings, all that stuff. And people tell me how much joy it brings them when their loved ones connect in very meaningful ways, bringing evidence of themselves to me so that I can show them, their family members, the living, that I am actually speaking with a member of their family who's deceased. It brings a lot of joy and happiness, I'm told. In my life, I have never had anybody do an accurate and good reading for me where they brought somebody that I could just be like, absolutely, that is so and so in my family. I know that for sure. You've described them, you've given me their hobbies, their job, what's something important where I can be like, yes, you blew me away. Unfortunately, I had yet to have that sort of experience. Well, this weekend over um, over the weekend with Cody and Satori. Sorry if you hear any yelling. My daughter is being a pill. Um, I had that experience with them. I had that experience with them. Very much so. They brought my grandmother through, or had someone bring my grandmother through in a way that was so unbelievable that I almost had like a heart attack. I couldn't believe what was happening. It was really, really interesting. You're going to see some of that in the next video, not with me personally, because when this happened, we were taking a break from filming, and I just asked if they would mind seeing if anybody would come through, and I never have had anyone come through for me, so I didn't expect it to happen, and it happened so quickly that nobody had time to grab a camera and film it. But luckily, my buddy Jesse was with me, and his family came through, and it's extraordinary, and that will be in the second part of the video. So, our affirmation for this week. Let's see if we can find a card that matches it, and if not, we'll make one up. It's nice to have all of you here, by the way. Thank you so much for your continued support. I know I'm not, if you came from TikTok and had been with me for a while, I know I'm not as active right now as I was for a very long time, but I've been burning that candle at both ends for a pretty long time. So I'm just trying to regain my bearing as I am. There it is. Regain my bearing as we're still pushing this really big project out. I'm not, and for the other project that we're working on, as my producer Kay says, I'm not just a pretty face. I've been helping develop everything. I've been giving direction on the whole thing. So I'm what you call like an executive producer. I've been working behind the scenes, helping mold the rest of the show as it goes. So I see this card that I just pulled out, and in relation to everything that's going in life, let's see how it goes. It says, when I slow down, I feel alive. In stillness, I learn how to fly. That's a great affirmation. Let's see what the back of the card says. As you twirl in this experience and the fast-paced days tug your dress, remember that the race is not real. There is no competition. All that matters is that you, so beautiful in your sparkles, only hit the throttle in areas of life that call you to dance. Especially if it means naps by the river, which I never would do because alligators. Not New Jersey, but alligators. Sunsets on the hill, I like that one. And bear hugs for days. Be still, caterpillar. Only in stillness will you learn how to fly. Inhale, exhale, jive, Neverland awaits. Okay, so meditation is super important, and being still is important. And this week in stillness, I actually did learn something. I learned that there are other people who are still going to surprise me. In our quiet moments and just in thought and conversation with good people, that there's love and happiness, acceptance and excitement in those spaces. And although I'm very busy creating content and bringing what I love to everybody else, when I'm doing that, I oftentimes don't have the experiences myself as many of you have them. So when I slow down, I feel alive. In stillness, I learn how to fly. I like it. When we meditate, we learn how to go deeper and stronger and better with ourselves, which is very important. Hi, Jody. Very nice to see you there. So I wonder how everybody is this week. I hope you're doing well. Again, I apologize for missing last week. It was just a very hectic week. I think last Monday I was back in the after hours pediatric care with my son because he had strep throat the week before. He finished his antibiotics, and then the next day it came back and it was like worse. So we ended up having to go to the walk-in for him after hours. And that's why I missed last week. I believe that's what happened. And then I don't remember what was going on Wednesday, but I remember that there was a lot going on and I just couldn't get live. And I haven't even had time to record or film any other videos because I've been so busy between work and kids and all the other schedules. But this week is looking good. So tonight we're doing this. The video with Cody and Satori, the first video, it is at 78% uploaded. Then it has to go through checks. So I'd say probably around 9:30 that will be live. And if you can't watch it tonight, you can watch it tomorrow. Hey, nice to see you, Victoria. Nice to see you as well. Thank you. Twin Crows, I got your message right before I was going live. We'll chat. As a matter of fact, if you stay up a little bit late, I'll give you a call. We can chat. Hey, Danielle, nice to see you there. I have a video lined up, not only this stuff, but I have some of your pictures and videos that you have sent from you guys that you asked me to do reactions to or talk about on the channel. Those are in order and ready to go, so I'll have that out for you soon enough. Therese says, that confirms a message I got for myself about being still and making sure I'm grounded. Yes. I received the message during my acupuncture session last week. That's perfect. I am really happy to hear that. I'm glad that it resonates with you. That's why we do this. It's for everybody. And sometimes we find an affirmation or confirmation with each other, right? And that's really nice. Hi, Tammy Fletcher. Nice to see you there. I'm going to be on the Paranormal 60 with Dave. That's right. Thank you for reminding me. That will be live at 9 as well, I believe. Okay. So thanks for reminding me about that. I appreciate it. So watch the Paranormal 60 here on YouTube at 9 o'clock, I believe it is. And you'll be hearing me, Dave, and Sarah chat about some ghostly stuff. I wonder what we're going to be chatting about. It's going to be fun, I'm sure of that. That's another thing. Like, I'm really happy. Mr. Dave Schrader has really come to depend a lot on me, and I really appreciate that. So Dave, if you ever hear this, thank you for being so trusting of your time and projects with me. It means a lot, and I can't wait to give that back to you. Just in case he ever watches it, I want him to see that little Dave Easter egg. There's yeah, so you're getting a lot of Scotty content tonight. This the Paranormal 60 with Dave, Scott, and Sarah Lemos. I should also mention that the Palmer House probably has a couple tickets left. That's not this weekend coming, but the end of the next weekend after, I will be in the Palmer House in, guys, you got to remind me what state I'm going to. I know it's the Palmer House. Yep, that's tonight, the Paranormal 60. Hi, Dolores. Nice to see you there. Seems to be more spirit interaction here in my state. What do you think the reason is? I don't know. I don't know what state you're in. I can tell you that recently the paranormal activity and spiritual uptick is definitely a thing. That last week before the eclipse, the whole week, man, I was shook. Like, my whole body and being was out of vibration. I felt like I got hit by a car and then put in the trunk, dragged to the woods, thrown in a shallow hole, and buried. And then after it was over, I dug out, and now the world feels a little fresh again. And yeah, the uptick is kind of a thing. So it might be because we're coming to the spring equinox, or we've just gone past it maybe. But we're right in that time where the seasons are changing. You're going to feel better. The time changed. You're going to be more aware of your surroundings, and hopefully you're getting some better rest. So there's a lot of that. What's the other thing that I wanted to talk to you all about? I'll go over the affirmation again here in a second. So here, I want to say something funny. I don't remember if I said this in the video at the parlor. Maybe some of you will remember if you watched the video of me at the parlor where I investigated the haunted place, and I talked about the fairies briefly. I believe that, and I talked about fairies. Well, I jokingly was like, oh, fairies. Yeah, come on home with me, fairies. And ever since that happened, silly things have happened here at my house. Number one, my bracelet broke. My chakra bracelet that I've been wearing, it wasn't stretched out. None of the strings were broken. I didn't yank on it. No, but I was just literally sitting and watching TV. And I had I was just like this, and all of a sudden I noticed that it looked weird, and then it just let go, and it didn't have a clasp or anything. It was elastic strings, and they just broke. that could just happen, I suppose. It wasn't that old of a bracelet for it to happen. So that happened. And then some of my electronics have been strangely on the fritz. And this is the weirdest one, and I think it's interesting. Um, it's the biggest one. So we have a Subaru Forester. It's pretty new. It's only got 6,000 miles on it, and it just went for service last month. It got the oil check, the oil changed, all the things that they do when they check it, and it was completely fine. Now here's where it gets interesting. Saturday morning, I go to start it to bring the family out, and it won't start. I check the battery, I try to jump it, nothing. Car won't start. So we have a tow truck come grab it. They bring it to Subaru. Subaru calls me today, this morning. They're like, hey, we took a look at your car. Strange thing. We've never seen it here before at Subaru. The wire that goes into the motor that starts the engine was pulled out. And that's not possible to happen unless somebody actually pulls it out, because it's got a clip that you have to press really hard and give it a good pull for it to come out. And the mechanic had not seen it ever, so he actually contacted the corporate Subaru people and was like, this happened, I want you guys to know, it's strange, we've never seen it before, keep an eye out just in case it happens to other cars. But I have a feeling I know what happened. I think that it might have been, I'm not a big believer in fairies, so to speak, but I don't know. This week's been strange. And with that, I work on cars. I know cars. In a million years, I would have never guessed that that was the problem. They actually had to get up underneath the car and inspect it to find that. So, yeah, I was blown away. So maybe there's something to it. Maybe I should send those silly fairies away. Let's do our weekly affirmation again, and we'll talk about it. It says, when I slow down, I feel alive. In stillness, I learn how to fly. I like that. It's got this little yoga poser on there. As you twirl in the experience and the fast-paced days, I don't like the way they word these, by the way. Not the way they word them, but the cadence of them is a little strange. So if I seem like I can't read, I promise you I read okay. Well, maybe. So it's weird how they phrase it. As you twirl in the experience and the fast-paced days tug at your dress, remember that the race is not real. There is no competition. All that matters is that you, so beautiful in your sparkles, only hit the throttle in areas of life that call you to dance, especially if it means naps by the river, sunsets on the hill, and bear hugs for days. Be still, caterpillar. Only in stillness will you learn how to fly. Inhale, exhale, jive. Neverland awaits. Okay, so that's our affirmation. So what we want to take away for this week is, when you're feeling overwhelmed, when you feel like you're doing too much, maybe you feel like you haven't heard the signs from the universe or your loved ones. It's a good moment to just take a break, take a breath, and relax for a few minutes. If you feel like you're burning yourself out, then you probably are. And that goes with a lot of things. One of the things that I try to get Shelly to do is relax, my wife, because oftentimes she's overwhelmed with laundry, cleaning, shopping, getting things like running the house, paying the bills, all of those things. And I attempt to help, but I'm admittedly just a giant child, and I'm probably more of a hindrance most times. I do what I can. I help clean, do the dishwasher. Man, my new jersey's coming out today. I do the dishwasher and all of those things. But the other stuff she has taken on as her responsibility, and of course the kids and the dog and all that stuff. So I try to remind her, like, I'm not going to be upset if things don't get done, because I leave plenty of things undone all of the time. But I also know in my life I don't want to stress out about things that if I die tomorrow, no one's going to care. So when she's like, oh my God, the laundry is just backing up, I'm like, we got clean clothes, baby. Don't worry, relax. Okay. Another day will come and we can do the laundry. Or, I haven't been able to sweep in a couple days. It's all right. We'll get there. We're not living in filth. It's fine. Let's relax first. Take time to smell the roses, So that's something that I think is really important. As we move into spring, seasonally, we're going to be into an energetic detox. So it's a real good time to relax, be still and ground. I agree. That's a really wonderful reminder for everybody. It said my admissions on my car Thursday. Now my car speakers won't work. That's strange. Amy, I feel like you've been hitting a lot of interesting stuff. And by the way, everybody, a lot of you comment on YouTube, in the Discord, and I want you to know I'm like a silent stalker a lot. I go in and I read your comments. I laugh at the things that you guys are laughing at, and I don't have time always to comment, but I've been trying to be better about that and posting more stuff in there because I do care about you all, and I really like being able to interact with you and having a space for us. And I realize that you all like having my time, and I like you having my time. So just know that I am in there, and I comment when I can. It's just that a lot of times people want to get into a long conversation with me there, and I just don't have the time. Unless some of you are up at 3:30, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. Those are usually my quiet time, my quiet times at work when I have a few minutes and I can relax and do something. So, yeah. That's my procrastination mantra. Yes, me too, Renee. I love it. Is there a link for the Discord or just Sky the Medium? So, Tammy, somebody here, maybe one of the moderators, can grab a link to put in the live chat to the subscriber-only Discord. That would be cool. I don't have the thing here with me at the moment, the link. Winter is such a heavy season. It sure is. It beats me up every time. It drives me crazy. But yeah, if you're not in the fan and super fan Discord, the TikTok subscriber Discord, somebody here will grab it for you. And if not, you can we'll figure out a way to get in touch with you to make it happen. Wow, it's been something. It's been quite a few weeks. I want to tell you all so much about what's going on with this other video stuff. Let me tell you about what happened with Cody and Satori. How about I tell you that from the weekend? I'll tell you specifically, since you're here with me watching, what happened. And you'll be able to watch this. You're going to see all kinds of stuff that you're not going to be able to explain. And don't try, because I was present. And also my friend Jesse, JT, he helped me with the camera work. He is also a police officer, and he will not be hoodwinked. He will not be fooled. And he was in tears with them doing what they were doing, like in emotional tears, which I really have never seen from him. And he's been a very good friend of mine for many years. So for me personally, I may or may not post this video. We weren't recording this, but luckily the Shanley Hotel has cameras set up in a lot of the public spaces. So this did get captured, my freak out. So I might post that just to you guys here on YouTube in the fans and super fans only spot. Basically, we were sitting at the table, and I asked Cody and Satori if they did any kind of readings, and they were like, not really. We don't do readings like you do readings. We're not sure that that's what our calling is, and that is respectable by me. I understand that. So I said, have you ever had people's loved ones come through specifically? And they're like, yeah, we have. And I was like, okay. So I obviously am an evidentiary medium. I need the person on the other side to give me very specific stuff so that I can say to you X, Y, and Z, and you can validate it really quickly and just know that we're talking to somebody that you did know and you loved and all of those things. So I said, okay, is it okay if we try to reach out to somebody that wants to talk to me? And they were like, yeah, let's give it a shot. So I didn't expect us to jump right into it, but they combined their hands, right? We're sitting at a table at the hotel, and they combined their hands, and all of a sudden the knocking started. It just started. It was like it's this crazy sound that just starts happening. And they were like, okay, does anybody want to talk to Scott? And they start going through the alphabet, and I'll explain this really quick how it works if you've never seen it. Satori or Cody will go, we're going to say the alphabet, knock on the letter that helps us spell the word. So if you wanted to spell Abby, we would say A, and they clap for A. It's Abby, B, A, B, okay, B, A, B, okay, A, B, and they clap again, okay, and then they go to Y, and when it hit Y, we clap for Y, so you get Abby, okay? So we were sitting at the table, And they start doing their method, and the knock happened, and it spelled out Elizabeth, and then it spelled out Davis, which is my dad's mom, who passed away about 2 years ago. And then it spelled out a sentence. They spelled out a sentence with the knocking. The knocking, they're not knocking, by the way. There's a knock happening somewhere around, okay? So then the knocking spelled out in a sentence what happened to my house on Patmore Lane. It's the last place that my grandma owned a house, was there. And I knew that the house was for sale again. Prior to her passing, they sold the house, and then she lived with my mom and dad for a while until she passed. But I knew the house was up for sale again. I didn't know why. My sister just sent me a link a couple days ago about it, and I didn't open the link. I just was like, okay, cool. Grandma said, like, my sisters just like send me weird stuff. I'm sure your siblings and family members do too. So then I was like, well, that's interesting. I guess she's talking about it being for sale. Well, in the morning after that happened, I called my mom on FaceTime, and I was like, hey, Grandma came through, Grandma Davis came through and said X, Y, and Z. And my mom was like, oh, did you look at the link your sister sent you? And I said, no, why? She said, well, the interior of the house is completely remodeled. So somebody bought it from Grandma, and they had it for a short while because they passed away, unfortunately. Then it got sold again, and the person who bought it went inside and completely renovated and changed it, and now it's for sale again. So what Grandma was asking me was not, why is it for sale? She was asking, why is my house completely different? It's renovated. And this blew my mind, because now I could say, because I've said it to many of you many times, and I've never had this reverse proven to me. I say to you, like, oh, your loved one is talking about you spilling the jug of water because it just happened, and they want you to know that they were there for that. They saw it, maybe they had a good laugh, whatever it is. And I've said that many times, and it's really special when you know that something like that happened and I couldn't possibly know about it, but your loved one is telling me, so you know that they are watching. Well, nobody's ever done that for me. So now these lovely folks, Cody and Satori, came up with my grandmother's name through this knocking. They came up with her specific street name. It wasn't like maybe that was it. It spelled out the street name. It was crazy. Then, thank you, Becky. Then she asked what happened to her house, and then I validated that it was renovated. So she was confused about why her house had changed, which means that she's been visiting there and finding comfort in her home, and she may be a little bit confused, and I had to have a talk with her about it, and that's it. And it was really, really and I said this word to Cody and Satori a million times, tremendous. It was a tremendous feeling. Now, I don't want to ruin anything for you guys, but oh, thank you so much, Renee. I appreciate it. So Jesse, my buddy, the cop, he came with me pretty much like last minute. Like, I didn't tell Cody and Satori he was coming. I told Kelly at the Shanley, hey, my friend Jesse is coming, and she didn't know who that was. I said, Jesse's going to come and help me with the camera. And I told her like 2 days before I was coming. Well, Jesse was just there to help me. He's not a paranormal investigator. He's just like he was like, cool, adventure, I'll go with you. And he's helped me before, so he's kind of aware of how things work. So he's sitting down in the floor of the seance room off camera, and the knocks begin at the seance table, and it spells out his mom's first name, his mom, who's alive. Then it spells out his last name, and Cody and Satori absolutely did not know his last name. I wasn't even calling him his actual name all night. I was calling him JT. So then they spell out his dad's name, his grandfather's name, and so on and so forth. It's all on video, and I'm going to show it to you guys in a couple days. It was very, very emotional, and the way that things were going was very, very emotional. And what made it really special was his grandfather is a really special person on this planet. I've mentioned him in passing before. Has anybody here ever seen a TV show called Toma or Beretta? Have you ever seen one of those TV shows? Let me know in the comments. If you have, his grandfather, my buddy Jesse, his grandfather is the person those television shows are named after, or modeled after, rather. Okay. And I have met him many times at like backyard barbecues, just chatting with a legend. Um, and he, I was thinking about him a little bit last week. Like, he was on my mind, and I talked to Jesse about it. He said, "Well, you know, my grandpa was just in the hospital, and he had a stroke, and he's not really been feeling himself. So maybe that's why he's on your mind." I said, "Yeah, could be." And then this really special thing started happening at the Shanley with Cody and Satori. And I think that it's a bit of a message from the other side to let his family know that everything is okay. Yeah. Thanks for the earworm. Beretta theme song is super good. It's crazy good. That's funny. So that is part of what you're going to see. And then, of course, there is all of the amazing things that just went. We caught some really. You're going to hear some really cool EVPs in the video that's going to premiere tonight. You are going to hear some really interesting knocking that I cannot explain, but I was present for and can tell you. They weren't doing anything. They had 1, 2, 3, 4. They had 5 cameras pointed at them, covering all angles of a room. And not because we were trying to debunk or catch them do anything, but because I was holding my vlog camera, which you guys are going to get a point of view from me soon, like first and foremost. Like, so you guys, my fans and super fans, you're going to get a separate video of my point of view and my reaction and me holding the camera, and you guys are going to get that first, and then it'll go after that for everybody else. But you're going to get that first. And then, so we had my big camera that Jesse was working, my vlog camera. Kelly was recording. They were recording themselves. So there was all kinds of stuff covering them. It was crazy. And they were so kind and generous with their time and their gift that it warmed me up. It made me feel good again. And we're going to work with them again. As a matter of fact, if we do the right things in the next couple months, they'll be coming with us to Ohio with Dalen and I to do a video as well. Okay, so that's our chat for tonight. It's time for you guys to go watch Dave Schrader's Paranormal 60. Okay, so go over to the YouTube channel, the Paranormal 60. I'll be live with Dave, and we will go ahead and see what kind of spooky stuff we got here for that. Okay, if you missed today's video, it's okay. As soon as we're done here, it'll load up, and then you can come back and watch your weekly affirmation. Remember, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, I'll be right back here on YouTube with you guys, and we're going to do a mediumship and psychic development class, okay? I hope that you're all ready for it. I have something cool planned, and I think you're going to enjoy it, okay? All right, everybody, it's time for me to peace out and get over to the other show. All right, and don't worry about how I changed my shirt so fast. It's none yet, all right? Okay, I love you guys. I will see you all later. Peace and peppermint. Thank you for being here. I love you.